My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump, but we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial.
So I like pretty much everything that he said there. I like the vibe of it. I don't like that it looks like he's in hiding in a bunker somewhere because he doesn't want to be found. I don't like that part. But I like it. I definitely also thought, like many people in the chat, that he was going to say fear is the mind killer. I thought he was going to say that. But Brett, you have thoughts. What is it?
You need to know how significant it is for James Comey to say, I refuse to live on my knees. The guy is 6'8". He could live on his knees and be totally average height.
Totally cool. Yeah, exactly. Was he already wearing a suit, or did he put on a suit for the video because it would be so strange to see him in a t-shirt?
That's just what his body looks like.
But anyway, it's just that's his skin. Look, I like it. He's standing up to him. He's stood up to him in the past. Again, not to say, first of all, he is a Republican. And as Brett already appropriately pointed out, he probably gave the election to Donald Trump, whether intentionally or not. So it's not like I'm a big fan of him or whatever, but I like it. It's good advice not to live on your knees. Good advice for every member of Trump's cabinet, by the way. But anyway, he's ready for a fight. And we'll see. This could end up crushing him, financially, having to defend against this. We'll see. In terms of the mechanics of the indictment, I've already implied that this is sort of a strange thing, that the DOJ had looked into it, said there's nothing, we can't charge him, we're not gonna get him. And so Trump fires that person because, again, the DOJ is just Trump's personal law firm, that's all it is. So then Lindsay Halligan, he tells Pam Bondi to hire in a True Social message, which they do. Lindsay Halligan is a former defense lawyer for Trump, interestingly enough. They're going in a new direction with the DOJ. So she personally presented the case to the grand jury, even though she doesn't have any previous prosecutorial experience. And I wonder, did she do it personally because there was nobody else there who was willing to? That they were worried that they'd be disbarred or something for so clearly going against the facts? I don't know, but it's strange. There's a lot that's strange about this. Here is a legal analyst on CNN breaking down some of it.
The bare bones nature of this charge, of this indictment, really stands out. And what we know about it, Kaitlan, is that Lindsay Halligan, who is the newly installed U.S. attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia, she is the one who personally presented this to the grand jury. That's not normal. Usually, you have career assistant U.S. attorneys who make these presentations to the grand jury.
Yeah, so that's a little bit strange. And also it could be that her lack of experience actually hurt them, because as we alluded to earlier, she wanted another charge against Comey for another false statement in her view, and that was actually rejected. And so look, when you bring people that don't know what they're doing, it can hurt your efforts. I mean, look at Kash Patel, and now you have it here. They don't know what they're doing. Final thoughts on this before we move ahead, Brett?
Just think about what they're mad about, right? Like, think about what the center of this argument is. The center issue is that they couldn't find, you can indict a ham sandwich is the joke. You just tell the grand jury, like, there's like a bit of evidence, and they're like, we're not saying convict them, but say like, can we have a trial where we find out if this is guilt or not guilt? That's what the process of grand jurying something is. No one wanted to indict on either of these, and they finally got someone who would bring it, and that person failed on half the things. They failed to indict one of two ham sandwiches, which is totally, you're able to do very easily. But then what are they mad about? They're mad that we found out classified information.
Yes.
Not that they falsified the information. They're trying to say this guy lied about whether he was chill with it. But everything I hear from most people I talk to is that they're fed up with the government hiding stuff from us. And Donald Trump is willing to indict with the threat of imprisoning for up to 5 years someone for telling stuff to us, even though that's not what he did. That isn't even the center of it. But I think what really pisses Donald Trump off is the fact that we found out stuff that was bad about him. Now, again, I don't remember what Arctic haze was. No one remembers what Arctic haze was. In these articles, they don't really even mention what the thing we found out was, and none of us remember it. Yeah. But it's still enough to piss off our baby boy, like his backbone is wet toilet paper kind of person, you know?
Yeah. I'm now thinking maybe Arctic Haze less albino porn star and more upcoming Mountain Dew flavor. I could totally see.
It is. It's also my favorite strain of weed.
It definitely sounds like a strain of weed. It sounds like all of these things other than a relevant and important political scandal. I think we can all agree.